Hi there, Eric Mott from Lyris, and I'm sitting here with Hale Chun. He is the Director of Digital Media for NBC Sports and Olympics. Welcome, Hale.
Hello.
So we're actually here at the Email Insider Summit in Captiva, Florida, and Hale just presented to the audience his program for the Vancouver Games, including email, social, and mobile. Tell us a bit more about that, Hale.
Well, basically, when thinking about what the audience here at the Email Insider Summit was thinking about, a lot of them are looking at the life cycle of customers over the duration of their relationship with them. For NBC Olympics, the challenge is that we are 17 days, once every 2 years. So how do we extend our relationship with our audience and users beyond that 17 days? And when we have them for those 17 days, what can we do to really engage them, to really activate and make sure that we are fully satisfying every possible way that they want to consume our content? So we worked with our partner Lyris on the email front, along with social and mobile platforms, to basically craft a lifecycle campaign that includes both pre-games, generating awareness of the Olympics, generating interest, making sure that they understand and get excited for the games. We have in-games content where we look to basically make sure that they are looking at individual events, individual stories of the games in every angle possible. And then post-games, we look to drive them to other platforms, including our Universal Sports site, where we can basically get them to follow the Olympic sporting events and athletes that they followed during the games, but basically during the non-Olympic seasons. In addition, we also look at life cycle within an individual event. How do we generate awareness of events? How do we generate tune-in for events? How do we inform and educate the audience and make sure that they understand, here's what happened, here's the result, here's all of the information that you want to know about exactly what happened. And then after the event is over, get all of the analysis, get all of the recaps, get all of the highlights that they can consume to make sure that they have every single angle explored in a single event.
And what did you learn from the Vancouver experience in terms of email, social, and mobile?
Well, I think that there were three things that we found very interesting. One was that the growth in email was very significant, which we weren't sure what the growth potential was in that platform. And what we did see was that by activating them earlier, by making more interesting email newsletters and offerings available, we were actually able to grow the emails per sport by over 100%. So email is still a very viable, very influential part of the marketing mix. Now that said, mobile was significantly higher than it was in Beijing, and that's everything from smartphone usage to just general user familiarity with the product. But what we saw was that it went from a 60-40 split of email to mobile. It ended up being about 50-50 in Vancouver. So what we're seeing is that mobile is closing the gap rapidly in terms of messaging and compared to the email platform. And then finally, on the social front, it was a very small percent of the overall digital users for NBC Olympics, but those were the most desirable users that we wanted. They were the ones that consumed the most content, watched the most video.
More engaged.
They were the most engaged. That they were they were actually also the most desirable for sponsors, whether they were the influencers, the technology and buying decision makers. They were the ones who basically were evangelists for the Olympics as a sport. They were the ones who engaged their friends. Social media, still small, but incredibly important in terms of the audience that it generated for NBCOlympics.com.
And up next is London, and you'll be running a similar program.
Yeah, I think that every games is an evolution, and to even imagine what social media is going to look like in 2012 versus 2010 will be hard to say. But we're always keeping our eye out on new technology, and obviously we learned from Vancouver that social media is something that we really need to make a significant part of the three-pronged marketing mix.
Well, I'll add a link to your presentation of this video, and we thank you for your time.
Thank you.